All right, grade 7. So you can see me this time. Hopefully it stays well. I'll have to move myself a few times so I don't get in the way of what we're doing. So last week we learned a lot of detail on how to use Chrome Music Lab. We learned the number system. We, in terms of making a melody, we learned how to read the columns as bars, and we learned how to make a basic rock beat. Yeah. This week we're going to focus on making a rhythm and making a melody on top of that rhythm so that it sounds cool. So let's get to it. So here's my song maker, here's my finger as a pointer, and let's see how it goes. So first up, what you need to do is we need to create a beat. So the beat we created last time was, oh, by the way, you might want to reduce the volume so it's not too loud on you for the beats. And I remember last time it was a bit too loud, but sorry about that. All right, so let's make a basic hip hop beat. So I'm gonna go doom cha doom cha. Let's see how that sounds. What was that? Boom cha doom doom cha. So boom cha. Let me slow it down a bit. Let's see how it sounds at 90. Yeah, so doom cha. It's a cool hip hop beat. Yeah, so then what I have in my first bar, which is this white section, I'm gonna paste it in all my different bars. Right there, so that's in my second bar. Make sure it's exactly identical in all 4 beats. So see, that's gonna be able to stay right there. Cha and doom cha, doom cha. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah. My name's Magnus. Coming up, Chrome Music Lab, making music. So that's a very cool hip hop beat. So that what I have here is my kick is on the on beat of my first beat. Then I have the snare on the on beat of the second beat. Then I have my kick on the off beat of my third bar. So remember, anytime it's in the second square, it's in the off beat. Then lastly over here, I have my snare on the on beat, and then I just repeat it in all of them. Now we're going to create our rhythm. So last week you learned how to create a one-part harmony on top of a melody. This week we're going to learn how to make chords, and chords are really simple. It's just a two-part harmony. Okay, so let's take this as an example. So 1, 3. So remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Let me do that again. My mouse went crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then back to 1. Make sure you only have four bars. Very important for now. So this is, I'm gonna create my melody like this. One, let me actually start on a 6. So 6 would be here. So 6, actually no, let me start with my 1. 1, 3, 5. Start my 1. What's that? Then I'll go to my 5, 3, 4, 5. On my second bar, I got my 5. Then I'll go to my 6 in my third bar. I'll go to my 4 in my fourth bar. Now, once you have this basic melody, you don't have to do this step. You can go straight to the next one. All you have to do is create your first part harmony, then create a second part harmony. Right there, you have a chord. A chord is generally 3 notes put together. So that's our chord. 1, 2, 3. Here I have a 1, 3, 5. And remember, neighbors don't like each other. So there's a space right in between them. So I'm going to do the exact same thing for all of these. Let's see how that sounds. So all of them are chords. 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes in each bar. Sorry if it's too loud. Yes, that's pretty cool. Dun, dun. Now that's going to be our rhythm. That's what's holding down the rhythm. So on top of that, I'm going to create a melody, okay? So you see this blue line over here? It's slightly thicker than all the others. So you can create your melody on top of that. It's a really easy way just to picture it. But generally your melody is now going to be single notes. So imagine this if you're in a band. You would have the pianist or the guitarist. They will be playing the chords, And then on top of them, there would be either a violin or a flute or a clarinet or another guitarist or another keyboard player who would be playing a melody. But it's very important to have the chords. So that's the rhythm, okay? So this is the rhythm right here. So let me put some single melody lines, okay? Single, not harmonized. So let's watch this. Dum. So this is my one. Dum, 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 dum. So yeah. Dum, 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 da, 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 dum, dum, da, da. Yeah, let's see how it sounds. Doom, doo, doo. So that's pretty easy. I can use the exact same. I like the way it sounds. Doom, doom, doo, doo. What's that? Doom, doo, doo. Let's put the same thing again. It sounds. I like how it sounds. Doom, doo. Remember, music is not always about putting extra stuff. Let me quickly move my face here so I can. Yeah. How do I move this? There we go. All right. So I'll put this over here. Same thing. Doom, doom, doo, doo. Let's see how that sounds. I like it. Doom, 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 doom. And that's really simple. So that my rhythm, I have chords, and I have a melody on top of it, single melody. So let's see if I can create another melody. So this is pretty easy because they're all repetitive. So let me move this down here. Let me undo what I've done. So this is an easy way to get rid of those last notes. Boom, right there. Now let me put a slightly less repetitive harmony, but the repetitive harmony sounds cool. There's no problem with that. So let's go. Doom, da 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 da, doom, da 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 da, da da da. Okay, I don't have that note. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. No. Oh, I don't like the way that sounds. Doom, da da da, doom, 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 doom. That's it. Do 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 do. Do do. No. Okay, cool. So the point of this is you have your rhythm, you have your melody. Notice how my melody is in between the rhythm. Okay, so here's my melody, here's my chords, then I have my melody in between them, then the next chord, then I have a melody in between them, then the next chord, and the melody in between them, then the last chord. So let me put a quick melody here. Let's see how that sounds. So that's cool. That's a chill song. So that's all I want you guys to do. You can still put a melody on top of your chords, that's fine, but make sure your chords have three notes. So that means if melody has the first note here, first part harmony, second part harmony, and for every chord. And it doesn't have to be like mine. Remember, be creative. If you're copying me, I'm like, you lose points for creativity because that's not creative. Be creative. Just stick to the basic rules. Make a beat in the first bar, and if you like that beat, put it in every bar so that it can sound nice and rhythmic. When you're doing your chords, make sure there's a space in between them. You can use any chords you want. You can put as many as you want. That's cool. And you can even put the melody on top of the chords. So by the end of it all, you should have a rhythm, should have a steady beat, a rhythm section made of chords, a melody on top. Just make a small change in tempo. When you're happy, once again, click save, paste it directly onto Microsoft Teams. Directly helps, it's actually a lot easier. And yeah, that's it. And then next week is our last lesson. Then you guys are gonna go for your assessment. So let's do the best we can. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Bye for now.